No, I'm just gonna do a little bit today. Um, I'm saving up for that. So, last time I figured out that I'm basically definitely going to survive for 15 minutes if I do this stage. But we also figured out that the cats can damage me. So they're taking out some of the plants, but alright, I was finally able to actually reach some. I'm just gonna take Laurel for a little bit more defensive capabilities. Uh, we figured out that the chances of me actually getting enough levels to evolve anything is unlikely. Alright, now I have a weapon that's actually going to attack and, give me access to some of these other gems that have been brought up. But I'm heavily relying on the Laurel to get me past things. Again, I don't expect to actually evolve it, but by having the passive still makes the ones I do have stick around for longer, so I would say it's still worth it. I'll make the cats move faster. So I don't know how long I'll actually be live today, but I figured I'd at least come in for a little bit and get something done. Sure, I'll take Empty Dome. Reducing cooldown for things is always fun. It helps both of my... I, it helps all of my weapons, really. I'll take the weapon that I like more. Those vases are what seem to be most likely to give me uh chests, but That one did not give me anything exciting. I can take whatever I want here. I'll take a tracked orb. And no matter how this goes, I assume that I will end up with enough coins to get the next growth power up. I will gladly take coins. I don't really need to power up Laurel too soon. I think the cooldown is more fun. As long as I don't walk into too many plants, I don't think that the cats will damage me enough that they outpace uh, the recovery I have. Pentagram seems kind of fun, but I'm gonna do that. I just want to see how it works on this stage. The idea of every now and then wiping out all the plants amuses me. Now is probably better to, not destroy everything, including any experience? Absolutely. But that's why I need to level up more before it goes off again. Extra Bibles around me is nice. I gotta reroll if I feel like I need it. I don't think I'm very likely to want to reroll, but it's nice knowing it's there. It's good to know I have options. Unfortunately, unless I get a couple uh, upgrades to the pentagram, it's guaranteed that it's gonna destroy all the gems every time. Sure, I'll take duplicator. At this point, I'm basically just waiting. I don't think I really need too many more levels. Pretty sure that I'm doing enough damage. Oh, darn it, I was trying to get towards that chest that appeared, but I wasn't going to do it fast enough, and the pentagram went off before I got there. I haven't even had a chance to level it up again. Alright. I will reduce the cooldown of my magic wand. I probably should have taken the empty tome and reduced the cooldown on everything, but oh well. There we go again. Based on the timing, it would probably go off one more time for 15 minutes. Extra projectiles are always fun. Sure, I'll take Lightning Ring, even though there's not a whole lot left I can do with it, but Alright. I was about to wonder if I'll get another level up uh, before we're done, but I think the pentagram decided that for me. I think at this point it's unlikely. Especially since nothing here gives, better than the basic blue. I'm getting a treasure chest that gives it gave me some additional strength on the wand, but that is not the same as leveling up. Alright, we reached 15 minutes. The Reaper came to kill me. I survived 15 minutes with her, which unlocks the cat as a weapon I can use anywhere. It doesn't mean I want to use it, but I can do so if I want to. So we are still trying to evolve the cross and the axe. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to try it in the Mad Forest because I have a coffin to still get here. The things that are available to me, the skull, the hollow heart, the pumperola, the clover, and the spinach, none of them are necessary to evolve any of the weapons I'm looking to evolve. I'm going to stay right around here for just a little bit, and my goal is going to be to get the weapons that I want to evolve before I move away from here. I skipped that level up, so I didn't see anything I wanted. Now I have the axe. And we know what we need to evolve these, we just haven't actually done it yet. Well, I do need the clover to evolve. So if I wanted to try and get over to that, I mean, I could, but it's probably better to not go further away from the coffin. If I'm hoping to get that while I'm here as well. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the clover now. So it's at least there. If I can get to that red experience, that'll help. I'll take another clover, sure. It doesn't need to be leveled up for the evolution, but it means that I'll have 4 choices of what to level up more often. I'm going to do the magic wand. I'm not sure I'm going to take lightning ring. But it kind of depends on how quickly I get some of the other things I'm looking for. Kind of trying to get out of the bat's ways, but it's not easy. Alright, that's the passive I need for the axe. I got overwhelmed. But thankfully I do have a revive. But that does clarify that I need another weapon of some sort. And quickly. Because if I can't survive the bats at the beginning, how am I going to survive long enough to evolve anything? Well, I have the weapons and the passives I was looking for. I appreciate that you like the stream, but I'm not likely to be on Discord very often. Alright, the extra axe should help. I mean, I'm not a fan of how the axe works, but maybe I just don't have enough axes yet. Clearly I need Gimli in here. He'll provide an axe. Yeah, I'll just take the wand level again. Eventually the wand will actually be good. I've been wanting a trapdoor for a bit now. Because a lot of these gems have been just out of my reach at certain points. I've got to level up axe and or cross whenever I can. Any opportunity I get to upgrade either of them, I gotta take it. So there's a different mantis that appears at points that I have yet to have survived to. And that's the one I need to defeat for an achievement. But, you know, obviously I need to survive until it appears to even have a chance to kill it. This one that appears fairly early is not the correct one. I am going to very happily take that vacuum. So I decided to take Ebony Wings as well as Peach one. I still think the focus should be on evolving the axe and the cross. But if I can get the union as well, then why not? So essentially I have room for one more weapon, and if I can't level up the axe or the cross at a level, then I'll be looking to accept most other weapons. Okay, I shouldn't say most. Some other weapons. That's not good. Right now, the swarm of bats are actually incredibly dangerous because some of these enemies are doing quite a bit of damage to me, and the bats can actually push them into me. So I need that to end. Uh, just because I have what I need to evolve the Santa Water doesn't mean I want it. Oh, they're coming again. Alright. Yet one more axe. The axes do decent damage, they just don't hit often enough. I guess that's why they evolve with the item that increases the area of your attacks. Gives them a better chance to actually attack a spot where they'll hit. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get this health that I've left. Oh gosh. Well, now we're surrounded again. Yeah. Okay, it's not gonna happen on that stage. I I cannot survive that stage for long enough to evolve anything. It's gonna have to be here. There's no point here where I get surrounded by a, a thousand plants. I'll take Clock Lancet because it's helpful, but it's not what I want. I just don't really want to use a skip on the first level up if I don't have to. Alright, let's get the axe going. My headset is beeping at me for power, but I really don't care. Is anyone listening to my commentary anyway? Just another Clock Lancet level. make it as valuable as I can. Alright, not getting enough experience here to have a chance of surviving for very long. Every second the enemies are getting stronger, but I am not. Alright, I have all the weapons. I just need to start leveling up and getting some passives. Obviously, the ones that I need to evolve the 3 weapons that I have that I can evolve are the priority. So there's Spell Tome, which will reduce all of my cooldowns and give me the ability to evolve the one eventually if I need to. Why not get an extra projectile at the same time? It also doesn't hurt to think about in the course of a 30-minute stage to know that if I do get Peach 1 and Ebony Wings to their max level and then get their union, that I would then have a weapon slot opened back up. Because, say, okay, take the clover because I do need it. When a weapon evolves, it replaces that weapon slot. And it's the same for a union. It replaces what was united, but since it's just they unite into one weapon, it's an open slot. I'll take an Ebony Wing, sure. I will take Duplicator, absolutely. I feel like that's a good choice. I think increasing the weapon is helping with the birds as well. Because the greater area they cover, better chance I have of actually hitting something. I'll take Crown, so I'm hopefully getting more levels. More bang for my buck from each gem. There are several passives that I think would make a good candidate for that last one, but Attract Orb is probably the one I would want most. I suppose Spellbinder would be too bad, though I don't know that any of the weapons I currently have would necessarily benefit greatly from more duration. reduce the magic one's cooldown. As if it fires a little bit quicker, then I think I will survive longer. There's another Ebony Wing level, an extra projectile for it, and less cooldown. Actually, I think more projectiles are always the way to go. Well, I don't need to level up the magic wand for a achievement anymore. Evolving it would still help me survive. The firing with no delay, so that there's always something attacking. It's not like it's giving me many options to level up any of the other weapons anyway. This is one of the times when exploding enemies are particularly common. I can't always stop them from exploding, but I can make sure I'm not close to them when they do. Always leveling up weapons if I can. There are a number of green masses and one that's larger than the others, which will give me a chest if it's defeated. Okay, I got the attract orb I was hoping for. That was all passives, so unless I skipped it, I had to pick one of them. I will take the other level of duplicator over one of those weapons because it's the only additional level available for duplicator. Trying to decide if I feel like any of my weapons is close enough to max level to not take this. And I would say that the magic wand is close enough that I should just go ahead and get the remaining few levels on it and evolve it. And then I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can focus on my other weapons. And it did not evolve. Why did it not evolve? Maybe the game has finally decided that it shouldn't give me evolutions right away. I'll take crown over a weapon level because crown gives me faster levels. I think I need to plug in for now. So give me just a second. I'll mute so you don't have to hear the headset though. Okay. Now it won't beep at me anymore. Cross is actually now closer to the max level than the axes. I'll actually go ahead and get the cross to max level as well before I pick up that chest so that there's two it can pick from to evolve. Alright, the magic wand has now been evolved into the holy wand. That just appeared sooner, so it was not eligible to evolve something. But Air Cross needs one more level anyway. I don't know why I thought I got it sauce level. Crown is getting close to its max level. And I believe my character level is high enough that I've gotten all of the growth boosts that she gets through level up. Alright. Yeah, Cross at level 8. I'll take that. Alright, so the evolution of the cross is the Heaven Sword. It can deal critical damage. And we're already seeing those get thrown about. I'll take the last level of Crown, so we're not finding that anymore. Okay. A rosary and a vacuum. In my mind, I have a hierarchy of what to level up first, and even options. Axe is at the top. If I can't do any of if I can't do the axe, I'll do one of the birds. Trapdoor would be popular after that. Because there are just so many experience gems lying around right now. And I want to be able to pick them all up. And with 2 evolved weapons, we are now keeping pace with the enemies. I took Clover over Clock Lancet there only because I did not have 4 options. If I had had 4 options, I would consider the Clover to be sufficiently leveled. Alright. That's max level for one of the birds. Axe is getting close as well. I don't need the Orologian, but there are things for getting a certain number of each of the pickups, so I will take that one. Couple more coin bags. Alright, I've got very nice magnetism now. And the axe is evolving into the Death Spiral. It passes through enemies easily. You can see it going out in a circle around me. Oh yeah, the cat does have an evolution. I just forgot that it exists. If I can get one more level for Peach 1 before I take that chest, I can union them. I would give pretty good odds that I'm gonna make it to 30 minutes in this level. I will take the last level of Attract Orb. Oh, I'm getting 3 here, cool. Two levels of Clover, and the union of Peach 1 and Ebony Wings. Vandalier. And it can actually level up itself. I don't want Pentagram or Santa Water. There are some that I would accept and some that I would not. Lightning Ring is one of the ones I will accept. And it's convenient because Duplicator was one of the passes I took. I'm gonna head towards the Stone Mask, not because I need it, but because I think it would be fun to have. We're already getting at least 2,000 coins here. But why not see if I can make it more? Significantly more, that is. I suppose it could be a bot. Welcome to the stream. I hope Malicious Lies is just a username and you're not intending to spread any here. Yeah, it usually is in one message, but I don't mind that it was split into multiple. That technically shows up as more engagement in the algorithm, so. So you enjoy contradictions. Like shouting quietly. I mean, I do like tips, but I have no way to receive any. I'm too small time to receive those sorts of things. I'll just take the chest. Ooh, 5 levels. lots of lightning rings. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of working my way towards the right. I was going for the stone mask. And 3 guns, so I'm getting pretty lucky with the chests this run. I'll be evolving that lightning ring in no time. Of course, I don't have anything else to level up besides the... Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, I don't mind gameplay tips, but to be honest, I've played hundreds upon hundreds of hours of this on Switch, so I know how to find most things. It's just that I only bought it on PC the other day since it was on sale, so it looks like I'm new to the game, but on other platforms I have experience. Alright. Now that all of my weapons are evolved, I'm gonna start decimating things. So, as far as I'm aware, the Switch does not have Twitch mode. I looked at Twitch mode briefly on the first stream, but I didn't want to, I wanted to pick my levels up for now, so I turned it right back off. Uh, I suppose it's possible that Switch is slow to get the DLC, but as it was the only platform I had it on, then I wouldn't have known if it was slower than anything else. I haven't gotten any of the DLC here on PC yet because I wanted to, not be overwhelmed with stuff right away. I wanted to kind of get most of the base game stuff, and then if people are enjoying watching me play the game, then invest in DLC. So I may get it while it's still on sale and just not install it yet. Since it's on sale on Steam until the 15th. Oops. And I just realized I have made a mistake. I'm not sure I'm even live on YouTube. Oops. Uh, well, this might be a Twitch exclusive stream. Because usually I stream on YouTube, so I have an archive of it. Yeah, I can still upload the VOD, and I will do that, but it's always convenient when YouTube does it for me. I got careless. Oh well. Click back into the game. Just because I have a lot of evolved weapons doesn't mean I can not pay attention to the enemies. I don't have the Crimson Shroud, I'm not invincible. I mean, yeah, I'm shredding most of the enemies, so it's just the special enemy of this. Yeah. I don't have that many eggs with anyone yet, but I'm getting kind of close with a couple characters. Sammy is fantastic, though. I'm looking forward to getting Sammy. On the Switch, my money overflowed, so I can just unlock everything immediately. I've never managed to get a run lasting that long on Switch. At about 2 hours on the Switch, the game just crashes. So when Ode to Castlevania released, I decided to uh, immediately uh, try and end this run to see how much I could unlock in one go. And just it just crashed. So I filled 6 entries in the collection. I evolved the axe, which is what I was trying to do, and the cross. I completed my 2 main goals here. I wasn't planning on doing that, but managed to do it anyway. And I've also defeated 100,000 enemies, so I get a new person. I'm going to turn off the YouTube output and then turn it back on. Yeah, so I had it going for about 2 hours, unlocked a whole bunch of stuff, and then the game crashed, so it kept none of it. So now I'm a little more careful about how long I play. But I imagine on PC, my PC is much stronger than the Switch. I could probably do a little bit more. Alright, we're about halfway through the collection. That's cool. So I'm going to get that last level of growth, so that I'm getting as much experience as I can. And I'll just start going down the line, I think. Might's fun. Cooldown's fun, let's do that too. Once I have the amount, the growth, the greed, and the revival, I don't really care what I get next. Thank you. Yeah, my old phone would not have worked. I went from iPhone 6 to iPhone 15. Kind of a big jump. Alright, now that I'm not trying to evolve any specific weapons, I think I can manage to make it to the coffin here. I also got more power-ups, so I'm just stronger to begin with. So I would say my main goal for this run is to get the coffin, and my secondary goal would be to defeat the necessary enemy uh, for the Mad Forest. But if I survive for long enough, the enemy will show up, so... I'm kind of hoping to get the King Bible built up a little bit before the bat swarms start coming, so that it will take them out for me when they get close. I don't want any of that. Get out of here. I could have taken Candelabrador. That would have been acceptable, but... I will of course take Spellbinder. Absolutely. I took out some of them. It's not quite ready to do what I needed to do yet though, so get out of the way. Yeah, in a stage like this where you get surrounded so often, having something that protects you on all sides is nice. I'll go ahead and take Laurel because I like it. Save me from hits here and there. Also, when I get to the coffin, enemies will pop up and they'll be circling around it too, so the King Bible would help with that as well. Anything that attacks around me in a circle. Alright, I'll take this and start moving again. I'll go ahead and take the empty tome. It's an option. Let me take out a few of these guys that are following me. try and be a little less careless. Fortunately, I left some health sitting out, so I can grab that. I'll take the extra projectile. And I will take killing everyone. Of course, after a rosary, my favorite thing to find is a vacuum, but how likely is that really? Alright, so we're 5 minutes in, which gives us our first trapped. I will take the candelabrador, augmenting the area of my attacks. Which does relate to the King Bible and would also affect Lightning Ring when I get it. Let's see what I get. Effect lasting longer and more damage. That's what I need for the bat swarms. For it to be stronger and to last much, much longer. Of course, if I evolve it, it lasts forever, so. The levels up for the Bible itself gives a certain amount of time, but the levels up for the Spellbinder give a percentage of duration. So of course I've leveled up the Bible enough to get an extra 0.5 seconds. 10% means more. I know in games you almost always want to go for percentages over flat increases, because a percentage will scale with you forever. I'm just gonna get away from those enemies and keep moving. Alright, the King Bible was able to take out most of those bats. It wasn't there for the second swarm. I don't want any of that. If I want a Hollow Heart or Pomarola, I'll go pick up the one that's already sitting on the ground here. There are just too many enemies right now. I'm going to take the Attractor because while I need to deal more damage, I want to be able to pick up some of these experience gems that I'm getting without having to kill everyone first. Why am I getting a Raid Shadow Legends notification on my computer? I play on my phone a lot more. Alright, the Spellbinder is fully leveled, and I'm getting 5 additional power-ups now. Three for the Bible, 1 for the Laurel. and one for the area. So now the Bible is only one level away from being able to evolve. I will absolutely take Duplicator. Even if I don't end up with Lightning Ring, I would want Duplicator. For the moment, I'm pretty well set if a Bat Swarm comes along. At least of the regular bats. The bigger ones, I'm still not taking that very quick. Most other enemies I'm no longer having trouble with. I'll actually take the Clock Lancet now. I've been waiting for it. Having a chance to freeze some enemies is going to help a lot. 10 minutes, so I'm surrounded again. Looks like we finally built up enough damage on those larger winged creatures. I don't know if they're actually bats, but I built enough damage on them to take them out finally. I already have the Duplicator, why not take the Lightning Ring? And another level for Duplicator. I probably should have waited to get the last level of King Bible before taking the treasure, but it's okay. I will always take Crown if it shows up. There's my passives set. My last weapon can be whatever feels amusing to me. Sure, I could take the axe. I already have what I would need to evolve it. But that's true of a couple different weapons, including the Santa Water and the Pentagram. If I felt one of them would be more useful. Or I could take the fire wand since the spinach over here appeals to me. I left to pick up behind. There's some luck on the ground over here. Not the clover passive, just increased luck. And let's evolve the get an attract orb level, a Laura level, and get myself my unholy Vespers. Which showed up just in time for those ghosts flying at me. So I am relatively safe now. Most weaker enemies will not get to me. And swarms of weaker enemies just means experience. The power up of the spinach may actually help me take these larger enemies out. I can level up spinach a couple times if I want to, but I shouldn't get it to max level without, picking up the other one. I'm surrounded by enemies, but I'm also surrounded by a weapon that is dealing with them. Max level Rune Tracer. Evolve the magic wand into the holy wand, which defends me even more. So the other spinach is in here. Get that to level it up. And now we basically head straight north to get to the coffin. And I've decided what my next goal at, where I will move my character after getting the coffin. I can't evolve my lightning ring yet, but I don't want to have to come back down to grab that chest, so. Well, I have no skips and I have no other options. I'll just take the pentagram. Once I leveled up, it'll be fine. Forever getting closer to the coffin. Should be just right up here somewhere. Here we go. And right on cue, all the enemies around it shut up. But I am shredding through them quickly enough. Gotta take them out before I can open the coffin. And with all of them dead, thank you, but the vampire's in another coffin. And that gives us access to Pugnala Prevola. Another spinach level. So now I kind of want to head towards the skull. I haven't collected that passive yet, so it'd be nice to add it to the collection. But I want to make sure that I'm well leveled before I collect it, because it's going to make the enemies more dangerous. I will take a pentagram level because I'm going to need to start leveling it up if I don't want to lose gems randomly. I might also pick up the hollow heart since it's on the way, but I'll need to keep moving as, you know, we're already almost 20 minutes. Oh darn. I was hoping that taking out those storms would be what I needed to get the level up that would make all those gems not go away, but make the lightning ring better. Alright, I will reduce its cooldown, but the next level up for it will be, you know, nearly even odds that things are not destroyed. So the Violent Violet or whatever the flower that I need to defeat should be showing up soon, I think. I think it comes in 22 minutes. But once I unlocked everything that I needed to go to the Mad Forest for on the Switch, I never really went back because I didn't want to. Well, there's a bat that allowed me to evolve the ring, so that's something. It is a powerful weapon to have. I'll reduce the pentagram cooldown again, but still have it destroy everything. Ugh. 65% chance to not erase items. And now with that kind of odds, it did not. Alright, the base area from Candelabrador is now max level. I'll max out the spinach. So most of these enemies, by the time I get anywhere close to them, they've already been hit by the Thunder Loop. And then they'll take some additional damage when they cross the path of my Unholy Vespers. And then they'll be finished off once they're the enemy that's closest to me by the Holy Wand. Pretty soon I'll have to start leveling up the Clock Lance. I've been neglecting it since I got it. Cooldown doesn't really matter for the Unholy Vespers because they stay, nor does it matter for the Holy Wand because it fires without delay, but it does still help the Thunder Loop fire faster. So the Empty Tome does, leveling up the Empty Tome the rest of the way does still help. I can take the Hollow Heart so I get more max health. For like a split second there, I thought I died because I wasn't moving, but I just walked into an item. If I want to get over to that, skull, I'm gonna have to move a little bit faster. It looks like I'm very hurt, but what actually happened is that I increased my max health so much all at once that I just haven't filled it back up yet. There it is. So this is Skullomaniac. It increases enemy speed, health, quantity, and frequency by 10%. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I was well leveled before I picked it up, because it's going to make more enemies and stronger enemies appear. But yes, my level is plenty high enough to handle that. I don't think there's any sense in trying to go for the Clover or the Pomerola with under 2 minutes left. But I'll stick around here and see how high I can get my level. I mean, level 100 is basically a certainty. Can I take it much higher than that? Just swipe out everyone. There's so many enemies and they're so strong that they're basically right up against me. Oh, I can take the always now. Cool. Of course, I might die at this point. I'm getting a little worried about these last minute enemies. Maybe I should have taken the health always. Alright, that should be enough health to survive the remaining 5 seconds before the Reaper appears. But I can freeze the Reaper with Clock Lancet. But no, the pentagram will not kill it. It has more health than the crescent can deal. The Reaper just has a ton of health, so it is unlikely that I kill it before it kills me. But I'm doing a pretty good job of freezing it frequently. We might get to see something rare here, if I can freeze it again. Alright, so if you're still going a minute after the Reaper appears, a second one appears. And more Reapers will appear every minute until you either defeat one or you die. Alright, I didn't freeze that one quickly enough, so it killed me. I will cash in the leftover revive for the extra 100 coins. So I got 3 more. I survived 20 minutes with at least 10, plus 10% curse. I found the coffin. And I defeated the giant blue Venus at some point. Yeah, since I got the Skull Maniac, it gave me the curse I needed for that achievement. And I got an additional Steam achievement for unlocking Hyper Mode for at least 2 stages. So I have Hyper Mad Forest unlocked now. I also unlocked Green Acres. Fate changes by the minute in the realm where mortals can only trespass. Rewards await those who challenge his rules. Treasure, glory, poultry. In there, the enemies have plus 50% health and random enemy waves from normal stages. So I got some good. I'll do cooldown again. Let's increase duration, recovery. Let's work on that. The health and recovery will keep me alive better. I'll also take the banish. If there's something that I just don't want at any point during the run, I can banish it and then it won't show up in the level up list at all. Okay, let's try one more level. Let's try to beat the dairy plant. Or at least get the coffin, if not win. I've already gotten the items here, so I don't need to worry about going for those. I can just focus on getting the coffin. I might go ahead and take a tracked orb if it shows up, but the other ones that are on this stage I will not. Of the first 5 stages, I kind of always felt like the dairy plant was the most difficult of them. And I felt that Inlaid Library was the most consistently able to be beaten. But there are lots of things that I want to unlock, and I can't do so until I clear this stage. Reach level 60 during it, I believe. Fortunately, right now what I have is one weapon that's actually dealing damage, one that would protect me if they get to me, and one that is freezing them. But that's not allowing me to take out this big group that's chasing me. Uh, I mean, I'll take Bracer. It'll make the things that I'm shooting go faster. Which means since I felt pressured into taking Bracer, I'll probably take Knife at some point as well. But, yeah. The frozen enemies appear like they're still moving because they're being pushed. I was going to try and wait until there were more enemies in the path of the minecart before I hit it, but by the time there were enemies in this path, it was blocked off by so many other enemies that I couldn't actually get to it. I am going to use my revive here because I am completely trapped. But I did at least manage to level up the magic wand once in the process of trying to get out of that trap. There's so many spots where you just can't move in this stage. I'm close to the coffin, but I don't know that I have a chance of defeating the enemies around it. I guess the laurel might keep me safe for long enough to run away if I need to. Come on! Hit it! And I'm trying to battle you guys. They're shooting at me as well. I'm cornered. I'm dead. I have no chance of getting through all of these guys. Finally got that to fire. Might give me a chance. I get enough levels. But I can't take out the knights. Come on, I'm close to another level. The empty tomes, my cooldown is a little bit lower, but there's a chest, but I just can't get to it. I don't know how I'm supposed to survive the dairy plant right now. I'll try one more time and just not go over there as quickly, but I do not have high hopes until I unlock more things. But I need to beat this stage to unlock more things. You can quit a stage at any time. And if I don't get something I like at the first level up, I'm going to do that. You see, if I get a weapon that I like that actually deals damage, that helps more than, you know, 6 levels of Laurel. Which will run out pretty quick if you have to try and run through an entire pack of enemies that you can't defeat any of. The King Bible is the best defense to being trapped in corners like I was so many times. I'll just take Rune Tracer. It's fine. I still want Clock Lancet and Laurel. They're just not as vital as things that will actually harm enemies. Alright, the crown might help me level up a little bit faster, so we can get ourselves properly kitted. I will take the Spellbinder to give me the ability to evolve and the duration. Because right now I'm not getting that much out of it until I can level it up. I'm not going to take the armor even though I would be able to evolve with it. If I find the point where I get over to the armor that's already on the stage, yes, I will take it then, but as I said at the beginning of the previous run, the only one I was willing to take without sitting out on the stage was the Attract Orb. Duplicator will make all of my weapons better. I am feeling more and more like I actually have a chance now. Get more Bibles around me, even if they don't last for very long. Having them will still help if I get trapped against the wall. Actually, the way Laurel might be most helpful now is if I did get trapped on the wall, it might give me that extra moment I need before the Bibles come back out. I'll just take the treasure now because it's too early for an evolution. The sooner the clock lancet turns up, the better. What I'd probably take for my last passive would be Spinach, so if I see that, I'd be happy to take it as well. In fact, I'd probably take it for Stiffeted Beard alongside Clock Lancet, because it's more immediately beneficial. You know what? I'm going to banish the whip. Banish one of the weapons I don't want to try and get the one that I do to appear. Alright, the lightning ring is now doing an extra projectile. Yeah, no matter how long I survive here, this will be my last one today. Because I started streaming later, I can't go as long this time. Alright, the magic wand is now at max level, which means even better chances for me to see new things that I want. Same deal for the crown, it's now max level. I was eligible for an evolution. Now the holy wand will not stop firing. Perfect. I might grab that vacuum just to get as much experience as possible before heading over to the coffin. I'll take the clock lancet, even though I would love to level up those weapons. I don't have to worry about them anymore. I have all my weapons. I haven't seen spinach appear yet. I might also, if I see stone mask appear before spinach, I might take that. My weapons did enough that I wasn't damaged by them, so that feels good. Alright, I will take spinach. That is perfectly okay with me. Lightning ring evolved into the thunder loop. I also got some more attract orb and some duration. That'll help me while I'm trying to get King Bible to max level to have the spellbinder duration keeping it up. Nope. Sometimes this needs to come even if I try to stop it. But sometimes I'm successful in stopping it. There's the coffin, but this time I was able to open up a break in the enemies defending it like right away. Bible Clock Lancet and Spellbinder. Let's open our coffin. And the dairy plant coffin gives us Papia pecorina. Alright. King Bible's max level, which means we're getting pretty close to being able to actually defend ourselves properly. Because I'm already kind of close to the candelabra, I'll get that next. That's not the deadly end of stage Reaper, but it is still a Reaper type. And I would very much like to get rid of it. Alright, having Unholy Vespers is very nice when things are shooting projectiles at you. At least projectiles that can be destroyed by your own items. Yeah, give me more Attract Orb. Look at all these gems around here. Gotta be able to pick them all up. Including this high value one over here. Alright, spinach is now max level as well. So I'm gonna head north, and that will take me towards the armor. Don't know that I need to necessarily evolve the Rune Tracer to be successful at this point, but it doesn't hurt. And if enemies do get past all of my weapons and the laurel, then the armor is the next best thing to have to stay alive. I think the contrast between this run and the previous run is a uh, good argument for why getting good choices in your early levels up is so vital. I got better level up choices to start, and now I'm 15 minutes in without too much difficulty. And I'm already level 51, so if I'm right that I need to reach level 60 to uh, unlock the next stage. You know, having nearly half the time to go up 9 more levels. I should be able to manage that. There's a strong enemy. Poseidon looking guy. Dropped a chest though. Rune Tracer at max level. So all I need to do is grab the armor and it can be evolved. I'm gonna do the cooldown for everything before I do the defend me better. The amount of time it's been since the enemy touched me made me feel like I don't need to level up Thorol immediately. Here's the armor. The only other passive I could pick up here is the wings. I don't think I need them, but what else am I going to walk towards? Look at my evolution for Rune Tracer. No future. On the Switch, the no future is bugged out and it has an underscore in the name. I want to show that if you do step on those, it triggers enemies. Obviously, I've been trying to avoid stepping on them because now I didn't want more enemies, but at this point it's like, whatever. When you have 4 evolved weapons, more enemies mostly means more experience. So we have an extra charge on the Laurel now. So I can protect me from an extra hit entirely. The Poseidons are no longer dropping chests because they're regular enemies now. I'm also going to head towards this vacuum once I have the increased movement speed to get all of the gems that I've walked past. Feels okay to head towards the wings first because then I'll be able to walk over to the vacuum faster. Rather than walk over to the vacuum first and then have to go towards the wings at normal speed. It's around here somewhere. Here we go. Character moves faster. So if I go down to the right, once I'm past this, I should come right into contact with the vacuum. Candelabrador fully leveled. I'll just take whatever's top. Armor fully leveled. Clock Lancet fully leveled. Wing fully leveled. And now I'm getting coins. There's a big enemy on screen right now. Take him out. I might get something interesting here. Let's see. Nope. I think it's something that I need to unlock. 1820 coins. It really doesn't matter what level it expects me to reach. Because I'm leveling up plenty easily. Honestly, I could probably walk away and just stand somewhere and be fine, but
And I will sometimes do that if I'm like 20 to 25 minutes in and have nothing left to level up. I'll just leave the game running and walk away. But I usually have even further protections than I currently have on this character, so. So if I need health, there is health on sticking around. There's also another vacuum that was kind of hidden on the map behind one of the chickens, but I don't think I need another vacuum. Level 94 and counting. Oh, a couple big ones over here. So I've opened the coffin here. I've survived pretty long. There's a possibility that I've already killed the important enemy here, though it might not have shown up yet. So I'm gonna get a few achievements for this. And I'm really happy about that because I would not have been happy finishing the stream with dying as quickly as I did in the previous run. You want to end with a nice, successful. Don't want to end on a loss. You want to win. And yes, technically killing the Reaper is the win, but at my current level of progress, you're not expected to be able to beat it. So at this point, just getting it to appear is basically the win condition. We're seeing new enemies. So we haven't survived this long before. With all the upgrades we had, we are more than a match for them. Gonna unplug that because I don't need it in anymore. And if I'm wired, I can't lean back. Just stretch and enjoy the destruction. At level 108 and 27 minutes. Hello, boss monster. I gave 3 coin bags. And it would not be surprising to, well, I was about to say it would not be surprising to end up with more than 8,000 coins, and then I picked up something that immediately put me over 8,000. But it's also going up by like almost 50 every time I level up. Every now and then the monster is getting pushed closer to me, but for the most part, we're handling it. The influx here. I give a lot of credit to the Thunder Loop in this situation, as it's taking out some of the further away enemies, which, if the enemies further away are dead, then they can't push other enemies closer to me. Level 119, 120. More enemies are getting close now. Actually, my Laurel lost one of its stages, I think. Level 126, we've got just a few seconds left to survive. Let's circle around a little bit to get as much experience as possible. I do want to see how long I can keep the Reaper from killing me. It's a fun little game. Or at least get a second Reaper to show up. Oh, I didn't know I could make other enemies show up once the Reapers were here. I thought it would do nothing. Cool. So 4 more. Reach level 60 in the dairy plant, unlocking the next stage. We got our character for opening. We defeated a total of 3,000 skeletons, which unlocks another character. And we defeated the Sword Guardian, which gives us the hyper for the stage. So next time we play, we can move on to Gallow Tower. We also unlocked another challenge stage, the Bone Zone. Let me grab some power-ups real quick. So if you watched live on, well, I guess YouTube, thank you for checking, or on Twitch, thank you for checking it out. Whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate you. If you are watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope that however your day is going, it is progressing favorably for you. And I will see you in the next one.